Good afternoon, students. Our today's topic is related to types of companies. So, बच्चे, there are three types of companies: private companies, public companies, and one-man company. One-man company is also known as one-person company, or in short form, OPC is known as one-person company. Okay, बच्चे. Before the amendment in Indian Companies Act 1956, there are only two companies, are private companies and public companies. But after the amendment, means to say that when new Indian Companies Act comes into existence in the year of 2013, one another form of company is also comes into existence, that is one person company. Okay, bache. So one by one we will discuss about all the three companies. So बच्चे, firstly we will discuss about the private companies. If I talk about the definition of public company, so बच्चे, the definition of public company is that the public company is that company which is not private. Okay, so this is just the definition of public company. So firstly, that's why firstly we will understand the meaning of private company, and after that it will be automatically cleared about the public companies. Okay, bache. So what is private company? So private company is according to the section 2 subsection of 68 of the Companies Act 2013, a private company is that company whose shares cannot be sold to the general public. In simple terms, we can say that private company is that company who is restrict that the right of members to transfer of shares. Means to say that if any members which are related with the private company, they don't have any permission regarding the transferation of the shares. So bache, in the features of in the features of companies, I have taught you that they have right to transfer the shares without the approval of any members. But now I am saying that there is a restriction about the transferation of the shares. So bache, what does it mean? Means to say that if the transferation of shares is exceed the limit of your maximum number of members in private company, means to say that if that limit cross when transfer of shares, then it is restricted in the private companies. Okay beta. So अगर आपके शेयर ट्रांसफ़र करने से आपकी जो प्राइवेट कंपनी की जो किसी भी कंडीशंस को कोई भी मतलब कि अगेंस्ट जा रहे हो, मीन्स टू से दैट प्राइवेट कंपनीज़ की अगर मैक्सिमम लिमिट एक्सीड हो रही है आपके शेयर ट्रांसफ़र करने से, तो दैट इज़ नॉट अलाउड अंडर प्राइवेट कंपनी. Second one is, so first point is clear beta, there is a restriction of the private company members, they don't have any right transfer of shares. Second one is private company also restrict that there should be minimum 2 members and maximum 200 members. Okay beta. Next one is restrict invite public for the subscription of shares and debentures. So bache, investors invest two forms in the companies in the form of shares and debentures. So in private companies both are not allowed. Next one is the minimum paid up capital of the private company is 1 lakh, it's mandatory. Then last one is the restrict to invite the public deposits. Means to say that private companies will private companies cannot collect the money from the public openly. They wants if they wants to collect the payment, it's they wants to requirement any kind of capital, then they have to collect with their siblings, spouse, or any friends, family members. Means to say that in general public they can't accept any kind of collection, any kind of money. If they want to any kind of capital requirement, then they will generate those funds from the public, not directly from the public. They will generate those funds from their siblings, from their family members, relatives, friends, and any other forms. Okay, so these are the terms and conditions which are considered under the private company. So in your book bache, there are various examples of private companies which are run under the private sector. Okay beta. Now comes to the public companies. So the definition of the public companies is given in section 2 subsection of 70 of Indian Companies Act 2013. So this is just opposite to the private company. See, there is no restriction of transfer of shares, means to say that the members of public company can transfer their shares freely, because there is no any effect of the maximum limit of the members, means there is infinite number of members, so there is no any burden, there is no any problem for the restriction of the transfer of shares. And second one is has no maximum limit, means to say that there is no maximum limit for the public company. Minimum members are 7. Then third one is no restriction to invite the public for the subscription its shares and debentures. So in case of public companies, they can subscribe the shares or debentures openly, and public company has minimum paid up capital of 5 lakh, it's required. Then no restriction to invite public deposits. If public company wants to generate funds, then they can openly collect from the general public. Okay, so in your book there are various examples of public companies which are run under the private sectors. Okay beta, so this is the major difference between the private and public companies. So the third type is one man company. As the name suggested beta, only one person as a member of this particular type of company. See, in sole proprietorship considered as unorganized sector, means to say that the liability of the sole proprietor is always unlimited. So in this way, there to overcome this limitation, there is a company that is one person company, where one person can start a company with a limited liability. Okay beta, so this is the one man company, one person company. So according to the Companies Act, one person company refers to a company which has only one person as a member, मतलब एक ही person उसमें member होता है. Okay beta, so let's discuss some features of OPC, means to say that one person company. So first feature is that बच्चे one person required, as the name suggested that one person company. So in this one person is required. Okay, means to say one person, if one person wants to start any company organization, then he can start. Second one is status. What is the status of one person company? One person company is just like private company. It implies that one person company has got all the exemptions and privileges like private companies. जैसे private companies enjoy some benefits, just like OPC is also acquire all those benefits. Third one is appointment of nominee. It means that बच्चे, as I discussed earlier, that the perpetual succession of the company, means to say that continuity of the company is always forever. So if in this type of company, if one person is there, so after that person, who will run the company? So in that case, the member in one person company appoint a nominee. Suppose after the death of that member, the nominated person will run that particular company. Next one is joint holder. All the shares and all the capital will be invested by the one person, one member of the company. But if any person wants to become a holder, a joint holder with that member, then it is also allowed under the Indian Companies Act 2013, means to say that any joint holder is also permitted in this type of company. Next one is limited liability. After the joint holder, that particular person will also be considered as a member of OPC. Okay beta. Next one is limited liability. As I discussed earlier बच्चे, the liability of the companies members are always limited. So OPC is also a company, so it will also consider all the terms and conditions regarding the liability, regarding the capital. Okay beta, so liability of this type of company is also limited. Next one is special word. Private company will use private limited word after their name. Okay, and the public company will use limited word. In the same way, one man company will also use a special name, that is OPC. Suppose this is the name of the company, and after that OPC in bracket you have to write the OPC, means one person company. Okay, this special word is used for one person company. Number of directors, but basically in this the number, there should be one director. Okay, so the maximum limit for the directors are 15 in one person company. Okay, So next one is beta meeting of directors. So bache it is obligatory that twice in a year the meeting should be there. Okay, so minimum 2 meetings are required for the OPC, one person company, and the gap between one and second meeting is of 90 days. Okay beta, means to say that 3 months gap is required for the meetings. Next one is AGM. AGM means annual general meeting. Annual general meeting is not required in one person company. If any person wants to conduct this type of meeting, then a special resolution will be passed for annual general meeting. Next one is perpetual succession. Bache, as I told you about the continuity, so nominated person will continue the company, this type of company, after the main member of this company. Okay bache, so I told you na ki the members may come and go, the company will go forever. Okay, so if I talk about the one person company, that one person will not be there, then who will be responsible for that company? So nominated member which is appointed by the director is continue the company. Next one is separate legal entity. As compared to partnership or sole proprietorship, the registration is compulsory in case of companies. So if the company is registered, whether it is public or private, so one person company is also required to get registered under the Indian Companies Act 2013. So it's also different from its business, means to say that the member of one person company is different and the company is different, because in case where the registration procedure is there, then the business and businessman both will be different. Okay bache, so these are the features and the meaning of private, public and one person company. Thank you so much.